Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's weekly forecast of astrology, of course. So this week is from the 14th right up until the 20th of August. Venus moved into Cancer on the 11th of August, so I just want to talk about that. At the moment, as you know, I follow constellational astrology, and Venus is in the constellation of Cancer until the 31st of August. So when Venus is transiting in the constellation of Cancer, and for all of you who are wondering what constellation no astrology is, it's similar to Vedic astrology, but not exactly. But yeah. So Venus transiting in Cancer, people will feel more empathetic and affectionate, expressing love more, maybe using poetry, little post-it notes, emails, or any other romantic gestures such as, giving chocolates or flowers and stuff like that. People can feel more hurt by others' words, which can increase vulnerability. Unpredictable and changing moods can cause tensions in relationships. People find themselves wanting to socialise more in the home. The best use of this energy is to take this good next 2 to 3 weeks to heal any emotional, spiritual or psychological wounds, or continue the work of doing so. You may feel yourself wanting to spend more time with the people or things you love, taking care of and spending more time on home related goods and services, nurturing children, or spending time, having more compassion, taking care of your own inner child. Negatively, while the Venus is transiting in Cancer, you can do all you can to avoid boredom because you're feeling lonely, which could be being clingy and needy, needing more reassurance and physical acts or words of affirmation. When Venus transits in Cancer, you may find yourself throwing yourself into work to numb your feelings. So it's just best to, feelings come up, write them down, voice record them, explore them in any way that you can over the next 2 to 3 weeks while Venus is transiting in Cancer. Okay, so for the 14th of August, the moon void of course ends at 11:45 and the moon enters the constellation of Pisces. When the moon is in Pisces, you and others may feel psychologically and emotionally weaker than average. Escapism behaviour can also be high at this time, and so can the use of intoxicating substances or relationships to numb you from your feelings. People can find it hard to tell between fact and fiction when the moon's in the constellation of Pisces. There can be a strong need to escape reality and enter sort of like dream worlds and fantasies at this time, which people can find it hard to remember if what they hear or see is real or just part of their fantasy thinking that they can be highly engrossing at this time. So make sure you check facts before committing to anything, as illusion in thinking and manipulation can be strong, as I said. In general, the Pisces moon phases make you and others more empathetic, and intuition can be intense and more gut feelings, more inner knowings. But if you're involved in taking drugs, alcohol or overthinking, this can confuse your understanding of any gut feelings and intuition right now. You can be pulled in many directions as conflicting demands and people request your attention. Try and do what needs to be done, but say no to things that overwhelm you. This is a good energy for creative thinking and action. Take time out to recharge your batteries rather than rush ahead if you feel drained. The manic solutions to your problems can be found in meditative moments. Patience will be needed to resolve issues on Moon Day 17. Great progress can be made in individual grape healing if you stay organised and open to the process. The moon also makes a trine to the moon's north node today, allowing for networking and potentially making influential and intellectually stimulating new contacts or deepening the bonds you already have with others. Hey, so on the 15th, the Sun makes a Sesquiquadrate to Jupiter, allowing for more risk-taking and open-mindedness if you have wanted to reach out to someone in authority but have been putting it off because of fear or other reasons, now can be a good time to do so. However, it is crucial that you watch out for overconfidence and be humble in your approach. You may want to rush ahead, just like I can do it now, but it's best to look at the minor details as well as the bigger picture. Different beliefs can cause conflicts and a lack of comfort in relationships. Moon energy supports the patient and concentrated action and being reasonable to resolve issues. As a day of water, moods are bound to change today on the 15th of August. So, just be aware, be calm, try and think before you react or act. So, on the 16th of August, the moon void, of course, starts at 3:48 p.m. GMT and ends at 4:37 p.m. GMT. So after leaving void, of course, the moon enters the constellation of Aries and will stay there until 1:36 a.m. on the 19th of August. So yeah. When the moon is in the constellation of Aries, you and others may communicate more directly and impulsively, going after what you want without considering other people's reactions or feelings. Even if you're normally shy, you can become more assertive during this transit. Networking is favoured as long as you can keep a cool head and not be too pussy and aggressive and all of that. Taking the initiative can pay off in career or personal projects. Competition can be high at this time as people refuse to take second place. Everyone may want to be number one, which can further the tension in relationships. There can be a strong dislike of restriction and a thirst for freedom when the moon transits the constellation of Aries. Avoid being manipulative or controlling and don't allow others to walk over you. Respect others' wishes. Gut feelings can be strong as well as self-expression. Watch out for short tempers and rushed action that can cause mistakes or accidents. Also, Mercury makes a trine to Uranus, amplifying the risk for aggressive words and actions, reinforcing intuitive insight that can guide you away from potential arguments, original ideas, intellectual flexibility, and good judgment through observation. Reading a room is given when Mercury trines Uranus. The Sun quincunx to Neptune can make some people overindulgent and want to escape reality by using any means possible. Self-deception is also possible at this day. This energy of Sun quincunx Neptune supports creative projects and finding innovative, fresh solutions to problems, getting you out of that rut, bringing in some new ideas. Of course, you have to be open to it for this to be something that occurs for you. So on the 17th of August, Venus makes a trine to Jupiter, a chance to take a more optimistic and philosophical perspective about the world and, of course, the people in it. Venus makes a trine to Jupiter, allowing for people to have fun while socializing or working. This is a chance to exchange ideas and beliefs with others. In a way, all involved appreciate each other's points of view. Meeting new influential people is also a possibility today on the 17th, and enjoying time with loved ones. Of course, negatively, people can be stubborn and be like, I'm right, you're wrong, and of course that can cause conflict, so that's the negative use of this energy. If you are experiencing relationship, emotional or psychological or spiritual problems and have been avoiding facing them, this transit allows you to dig deep without feeling the pain as much. Great for all research, sorting out legal and other official issues in a calm and collective way. You and others can have more empathy for each other, enjoy exotic food and drink together, have a good time, and in general be more open to new things. On the 18th of August, the moon enters void, of course, at 8:38 p.m. GMT. Also on this day, Mercury makes a quincunx to Saturn. This allows for serious and practical actions and discussions. Negatively, people can be more pessimistic and close-minded, and misunderstandings can happen that can cause arguments and lead to disappointments. There is also a risk of delays in communication and travel. This energy is amplified by the Sun also making a quincunx to Pluto. This is known to cause conflict in relationships due to power struggles and obsessive at worst stalkerist behaviour, so protect yourself. People can be easily deceived, manipulated, and at worst controlling, imposing their views onto others, and some may use force. The best use of this energy is to start or continue to make radical changes in your life and helping others who are feeling upset in caring ways without taking advantage of their vulnerability. Venus makes a C-square to Neptune, which makes some people more susceptible to idealistic behaviour. Mistakes can be made in romantic relationships due to the inability to think rationally, so disappointments are likely, especially as Mercury also makes a quincunx to Saturn. This energy is best used to find creative solutions to problems or artistic expression. On the 19th of August, the Moon leaves void course at 1:37 am. The Moon also enters its last quarter moon phase at 5:36 am on the 19th of August. So yeah, the Moon enters the constellation of Taurus, so when it's here, people may be more focused on career, financial security, preferring to do what they know rather than try new things. There can be stubborn behaviour more than usual. This energy is perfect for taking care of bills and doing financial planning. The ability to be more loyal and consistent in intimate relationships is given. Spending time with family, enjoying food, games or some other form of entertainment can bring comfort. Negatively, people can become more possessive, selfish, not wanting to share, overspend and indulge in food, other intoxicating stimulants such as alcohol or drugs. When the Moon is in the constellation of Taurus, it's also good for fertilization of all your plants and crops and everything else, domesticating plants using training and other methods, such as using string and other material to tie plants down so they grow in the direction you want. If you want a slower growth, now is the time to trim your garden or field. Moon Day 21 is excellent for physical activity, especially your water sports and creative expression. Working with others can bring rewards if you respect each other's needs and ideas. On the 20th of August, Mercury opposes Neptune, allowing for creative thinking or deductive reasoning. Negatively, people can say one thing and mean the other, so make sure you ask questions if you feel like you don't understand or are being deceived. Because people can misrepresent the facts to get what they want under this transit more than usual, ask someone you trust to help you if you feel cloudy-headed. Mercury opposite Neptune can make people want to be lied to. I know, yeah, right? Due to idealistic thinking or wanting to escape reality, it can be like people become drunk off words. Others will take drugs or alcohol to escape their reality and may believe what they're saying is true in the moment. Moon Day 24 may require patience, especially if you're having to give advice to someone who is being duped and who is adamant that what they are seeing is truth, although you can see it's clearly fiction, so you will need patience with that. It is best to work on things you have already started at this time rather than start new things, because this energy can bring the, oh, let me start and do new things, and then only for you to just give up. So it's just best to maybe write down those ideas and start them on a different day. But if you feel like you're grounded and you can start new ideas, then go for it. Also, focusing on looking after your psychological, emotional and physical health and spiritual well-being is also a good use of this energy of Mercury opposite Neptune. So yeah, that's the 20th of August. On the 21st of August 2022, the moon void of course starts at 8:04 am and ends at 1:40 pm. All times are in GMT, and then the moon enters the constellation of Gemini. In general, when the moon is in the constellation of Gemini, there can be an increase in communication and travel. It is good for sorts of writing, especially technical, scientific, medical or other intellectual writing. There can also, the negative end of Gemini energy is being two-faced, of course. That's why, some people dislike Geminis a lot. Also in malicious gossip and superficial speaking. At worst, people talking cap to get what they want and criticising others or having prejudice, opinions that cause verbal conflict. You can rationalise your emotions right now or use logic instead of your heart. In general, there can be a lot of lively discussion and an influx of ideas. If you engage in deductive reasoning, you can spend more time travelling and socialising with friends and family than normal. For gardeners out there, when the moon is travelling through the constellation of Gemini, it's a perfect time to store roots and fruits, cultivate your land and plant all types of melon or zucchini, seeds such as cucumber, squash, courgettes and cucumbers. So yeah, that's the end of the weekly forecast for this week.